Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow citizens, business associates. This is Daryl, Guberman, CEO of Guberman PMC LLC, a quality consulting firm here in Connecticut. I'm not going to go through my history. All the data will be found down below. But this title of this video is the inside story of how a Navy spent billions on the little crappy ship Lockheed Martin made, which is the LCS Littoral battleship. They've had such major quality issues on there, yet they still keep on building these things. It is absolutely abominable. But I want to tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, that our senators and congressmen are being, how should we say, lubricated through Lockheed's disbursements. I know what you're saying when you look at this. Oh, it's $1,000, it's $5,000, $6,000, some $10,000. But I will say this, when you have Democrats and Republicans on this disbursements, look it up. Go into search and go Lockheed disbursements 2022, Lockheed disbursements 2016, and go to your state and see if your congressman or senator is there. I know in Connecticut they are, both Rosa DeLauro, Jim Himes, Chris Murphy, Richard Blumenthal. It's terrible. In 2015, I had a complaint and I went to the Antitrust Committee. Yes, hold on a sec. The Antitrust Committee I went to, and I just could not believe what I saw. And I'm going to show you some of them, not all of them. You have the head of the Antitrust Committee. Now, this is for 2015-17. This is 2015 or 16 I sent this. And as you can see, Mike is getting paid by Lockheed Martin. This guy, I think, retired, very wealthy. I think Grazie, he retired. There you go. He got paid for Lockheed. You have Richard Blumenthal, okay? And this guy up here, his aide said for me, contact your senator or congressman. How can I contact them when I have this information on Boeing? How could I have reliability? I can't. He's getting bribed by Lockheed Martin. I call it a bribe. The disbursements are no more than lubricating their hand. I know it's only, what did he get for this date? Oh, $5,000. Isn't that nice? And then you have Klobuchar, but she didn't get paid this year. She wasn't not on their payroll for this. And then you hear this guy, who's this guy? Oh my God, I can't believe it. This guy, here he is, Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham, who was most recently at Chick-fil-A in New York. Isn't that nice? There's nothing like spending our tax money here. So I wrote them to complain about the factor that we wrote to try to protect Lockheed Martin. I'm a proud American, okay? The IAF, the International Accreditation Form, which is a repository in Delaware of national and international accreditation bodies, was handed over to a communist Chinese national from 2015 to 2021. Many federal agencies like the FBI, where you have Christopher Wray say, we must maintain vigilance over China, yet between those years, China was watching over them because they were members of ANSI. You have the CDC, NIH, FDA, DOJ, DOD, etc. In fact, 2013, Obama signed an appropriation to have specialized magnets for the F-35 to be built over in China. You find something wrong with that? So I complained to them. Some of the green cards I got requested, I got back. Silence. Are you kidding me? Do you think Lindsey Graham is going to answer? Do you think he's going to bite the hand that feeds him? Lockheed Martin, I was trying to warn. I got a letter from Lockheed. And the lady said, well, we only accept IAF-recognized accreditation bodies. Well, they were already inviting China in there. ANSI, ANAP, the American National Standards Institute, and the American National Accrediting Board are underwriters for the International Accreditation Forum, incorporated in Delaware, and also the International Laboratory Accreditation Cooperation. You can't make this up. And these guys, you try to tell Jim Tassett, you try to tell David Calhoun. I've tried to tell this guy over here, Kirkland Donald, who I think was chosen by one of the board members because he's a Navy guy, and I appreciate your service, but there's a but there. You have this guy over here, You have Scott Kirby, the CEO of United. His number one guy, number cruncher here, Gerald Letterman, who said in Europe, he says, oh yeah, the reason why Boeing's quality is deficient is because of COVID. No, it's because of layoffs. Not only that, you got to keep your nose out of what you don't understand. These guys all prophesize, right? The only one really, has poor Sir Tim Clark. He doesn't know what's going on. You have Rick Larsen, doesn't know what's going on. You have Garrett Graves, they don't know, but they're getting paid by Lockheed Martin. Here, this, and this are getting paid by Lockheed. Patrick Shanahan, he's the only one that I know, when asked about the F-35 program, when he was the Deputy Secretary of Defense, he said the program is fucked up. Originally, they thought he said the aircraft is fucked up. Between you and I think really he said that because you know what? Daryl Guberman has a factor. It'll be down in the description. Patrick, yes, the program's fucked up, but you know what's even worse? After their 801st ship, they're still producing aircraft up to including loss of aircraft and loss of life. And in 2013, there was an Inspector General report, we have that said both on the F-35 fighter and also on their engines, they had issues. The F-35 had over 719 rejections, 100 of which could cause loss of aircraft and loss of pilot. And here we are, 11 years later, right? It's 2024, and they're still producing shitty aircraft. And Shanahan was correct. He told the truth. He's the first man that I heard who's out in the public eye who said it's fucked up. Not only is the program fucked up, spending millions and millions of dollars on aircraft that are sitting on the ground. Number one, they can't get spare parts. Number two, they have problems with paint. Number three, they get problems with the engines. Number four, they get problems in the cockpit. We've got friends of ours in the Air Force. You know, it's supposed to be top secret. I remember when I worked in aerospace, I was working on a secret project, and I couldn't talk about it, but Aviation Week did. 2-page expose on it. Nice, isn't it nice? And we couldn't say anything. But I just want to leave it here. I think it's absolutely deplorable that you have these guys, who you as a citizen, you hear that, Mr. Graves, Sam Graves, and your flunky people, and I have to say flunky, you have people like this who are supposed to help people like me in anti-competitive actions like the F-35, and they don't do shit. They really don't do shit. And I have to say this. Rosa DeLauro, Jim Himes, Christopher Murphy, and Richard Blumenthal all praised Lockheed in 2015 for buying Sikorsky aircraft. Actually, China, the last regulatory hurdle. That means that they were accepting China as an international regulator with our number one military contractor. This is really, as Patrick Shanahan said, not only is the F-35 program fucked up, the F-35 aircraft is fucked up, and Rosa DeLauro, Jim Himes, and Christopher Murphy, and Richard Blumenthal are fucked up. And you know something? They expect me to go up to them and tell them that I've got a boatload of crap about Boeing, and they're not going to do it because they're involved with this mess. Remember that, they're involved with it. 203-556-1493 or Daryl, TQRS @yahoo.com. I thank you.